afternoon, sports investors. How you doing today? Welcome back, Fame Rothstein Sports Investing Show. Link to the podcast is in the bio. I'm your beloved host, Fame Rothstein, a.k.a. Michael Snackson, a.k.a. Malcolm Excellence, a.k.a. a bunch of stuff. You already know. But today is Saturday, December 19th, 2020. Less than a week till Christmas, all right? We got to get to the bag. You know, the babies need PS5s. Some of y'all got to take care of your family on the other side of town. You know, we going to get you right here, okay? Last night, let me say this. Before I get started, if you feel you got a gambling problem, please do not watch this program. Please contact your state or your local Gamblers Anonymous Association hotline, and hopefully they can get you the services you feel you need. Because on this show, we discuss sports investing through sports wagering, and we don't want to be any triggers to any negative behaviors. So please contact your state or your local Gamblers Help Group, okay? Now, but those of you who remain, you will become profitable sports investors. Last night, at worst, you broke even. It just depends on, did you take the other one that I offered? And I'll explain. The two we lost, we were 2-2. Two we lost were all in the same game. Marshall and who was that? UAB for the Conference USA title. He said the game would go over 43. By the time it was kickoff, it was 44. It doesn't matter. It didn't happen. And that was the second option on that game. The first option was Marshall minus 4.5. That didn't happen. Marshall lost outright. And they got manhandled. But the two we won, we said Ball State at Buffalo for the MAC title, Mid-American Conference, the MACtion title. We said Ball State and Buffalo would go over 14.5 for the first quarter. They did. And we also had Virginia Military Institute and Gardner-Webb at noon yesterday going over 143. At tip-off of the game, it was 145.5, and it still cleared by 20 points. All right? So that made us 2-2 yesterday, all right? Now, I've got two picks for you today, all right? But as you can see, I'm in a moving vehicle, and I'm not driving, so that means somebody's with me. And you know who it should be. My man, my ace, the L Train.
What up, man?
You know what I'm saying?
It's Get Dough, man. You know what I mean? We on our way to the book. You know, I got 3 picks for you today while I'm driving, you dig? I advise you guys not to try this, you know what I'm saying? Leave this to the professionals to drive and give you picks at the same time, you understand? So let's get started with these picks. First game I got for you is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Washington football team. Here it is again, another West Coast team traveling to the East Coast, playing in that 1 o'clock slot. Gonna probably be a little dragging, but they're going up against a Washington football team who plays solid defense. So we're going to go with Washington plus 10 points versus the Seattle Seahawks today. Second game I got for you is the Chicago Bears versus the, who the Bears? They're playing the Vikings. They're playing Minnesota Vikings today. They still got a slight chance of making the playoffs, so we're going to take the Bears on the money line versus the Minnesota Vikings. And the last game I got for you today is the Eagles versus the Arizona Cardinals. The battle of the running quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts getting his second start. He won last week. Look for Jalen Hurts to score 2 touchdowns, but that ain't going to be enough because we're going to take the Arizona Cardinals on the money line versus the Philadelphia Eagles. So there you got it. I'm going to pass it back to my man, Fame Rothstein. And until next time I see you, get domain.
All right, there you have it. And we about to get domain. Now, let me give you my 2 picks. They're both for today on Saturday, all right? The first one, 8 p.m. Eastern. College football. Tulsa Golden Hurricanes versus the University of the Republic of Cincinnati Bearcats. Bearcats are minus 14. The Bearcats have been getting dissed and dismissed by the College Football Playoff Committee. For the past 2 weeks, they've slid down despite not playing a game in over 20 days. And That's why they're going to lose. I had to think deep and hard about this. You know I don't even like to involve my hometown teams in none of my action. But I thought about this one. And Cincinnati's going to come out very emotional. And they're going to spend themselves. They're going to spend a lot of energy emotionally. And it's too much to their dismay, like they've been doing the past 2 weeks, getting pissed as hell on Monday or Wednesday and Thursday after the thing's released. They're going to be pissed for about 2 drives. That third drive is going to tell you what's going to happen for the rest of the game. Tulsa survives that drive, they'll win it. And what I mean by survive it is they're not down 21-0, 17-10, 14-10. As long as they're not down double digits after the third offensive and defensive drive of Tulsa, as long as Tulsa's not down by 10 digits, they'll win this game. And that's why I'm going to take them on the money line, plus 460. UC's emotions are going to overtake them. Okay? Tulsa has a good defense, too. They're 6th in the nation at yards per play, 4.5 yards per play. That's good for 6th in the nation. They've got a good defense, too. That's going to help them. And 11 p.m., I had to reach out because I had a feeling about this game, this fight. Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Smith. We know Canelo Alvarez, you know. And for me, ever since he's fought Floyd Mayweather, he's gotten even better. Especially defensively. He's more slick, everything. And I looked up Caleb Smith, kid from England. And I know 2 things stuck out immediately. He doesn't have one American on his resume. And he has one Mexican. A Mexican who is 8-3, 8-3-1, and all 3 losses are by knockout. Caleb Smith, now he's fought in the U.S. He's like 27, 28-0 with like 19 knockouts. I don't think he has enough power to stay in there with Canelo. Okay? I reached out to a former pro boxer who kind of broke the game down to me about what Canelo. And basically, without saying, he kind of said that Caleb Smith tailor-made for Canelo.
He got a long neck.
Right. He was put in there to get knocked out for Canelo. And that's what's going to happen. Canelo, you can take him by KO, TKO, DQ for minus 110. But I'm going to tell you another thing he said, too. Or you can pick a group of rounds. Or you can pick an individual round. Now, that former pro boxer, when he got on the video, I said, this is exactly what I said to him. I said, I'm thinking Canelo by KO 6. Tell me why I'm wrong. He said, no, you're not wrong. In fact, I might take that one with you. He said 6 or 7 that the guy's going out. I'm saying the 6. We're going Canelo by KO, TKO, DQ, minus 110. And if you want, that's what I'm going to do. Canelo, KO in the 6th. All right? So there you have it. Let me recap my 2 real quick. You had Cincinnati and Tulsa for the American Athletic Conference title. We're taking Tulsa on the money line. All right? And boxing, Caleb Smith versus Canelo Alvarez. I'm taking Canelo Alvarez by a KO, and I'm going to take him by a KO in the 6th. You want to go through your 3 again, L?
Yeah, I can do that. We're going to take the Bears on the money line versus the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to take the Arizona Cardinals on the money line versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And then we're going plus 10 points with the Washington football team versus the Seattle Seahawks. There you got it.
All right, so there you have it. All right, so you still got plenty of time to get to the bag